let's talk about the Kyle Shanahan factor. So Washington should be ready to go. They have a ton to play for. They have a really good coach who specializes in getting his team ready to go. And not just ready to go, but they play hard. They play like he played, Ron Rivera. They hit hard. They're physical. Kyle Shanahan, he's had his team playing really hard for the last 2 months and a half. 7 games in a row. Just terrific. They needed to do it. And now, since they were so good so consistently good for the last almost 2 months, they get 3 games off. 3 games that don't mean as much. And it'll be interesting. Like, theoretically, the Niners could lose this game, win the next 2, with their eyes closed, and still, be the 3 seed? Nothing would change. So I think everyone probably understands in that locker room that they could lose to Washington and everything would be just fine. It's not a must-win game by any stretch. In fact, it's a game that they could drop. If they lose, there's nothing to be upset about. So how does Kyle Shanahan motivate his team against a Washington team that is coming in with everything to play for? It's a playoff game for them, and they're going to be up for the challenge because they beat Philly and Philly. So how does Kyle Shanahan make sure his guys are up for the challenge? What does he use to get them up for a few weeks ago, all he had to do was show what Raheem Mostert said about how they had more talent than the Niners. That worked. Good job, Raheem. That was really smart. What is Kyle going to use this week? He already said if players are, if they're hurt and there's a risk of them getting more injured by playing, they're not going to play in this game. So does that mean that he's going to be cautious? He's going to be holding people out? Are the Niners going to be making business decisions on the field? I don't know. I'm sure Kyle Shanahan's thought about this and talked about it with all of his people he trusts, and he has a plan to get the Niners up to play what's going to be a very probably low-scoring physical game. It's going to be hard. If they win this game, it's going to take a lot of effort. They're going to have to play exactly how they played the last couple months. Can Kyle Shanahan get them to do it? They've had 9 days off. Big emotional win last week. Very little to play for this week. I want to see what Kyle Shanahan can do as a motivator leader because, I'm counting on Ron Rivera to have his team ready to go. I guess it's easier to motivate the Washington squad than the Niners squad this week. I want to see what Kyle's got.